Good. Very good. I'm going to call the May 20th, 2024 meeting of the Fairport Industrial Development Team. Call that meeting to order. And I will ask if there's public comments, if there's anyone who would like to speak to the LDC board. Hearing no one, seeing no one, I'll close public comment and we'll move on to approval of the minutes. First one being the governance committee meeting that was held on April 11th, and it was Rob, Jen Townsend, and myself. At that meeting, as we know now, we don't need to have a quorum of people to approve it as long as Leslie read the minutes or Donna read the minutes and are satisfied the minutes are okay. So is there a motion to approve those April 11th governance committee minutes?
Having attended, I'll move approval.
Having read with excitement, I'll second that.
Is there any corrections or comments or discussion regarding those minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Move on to regular board meeting of April 15th. We have those minutes. All were in attendance for that.
So moved. I'll second.
Any discussion or comments or corrections for those minutes? All in favor? Aye. All right, moving into financials, we'll start with resolution 2024-05, authorizing payment of the IDA bills.
I reviewed the bills and I have moved to authorize the payment.
Second there.
Do you have any questions regarding any of those bills? Martha, anything to add?
You're seeing some related to the undertaking of the Thomas Creek wetlands. We've moved into the construction phase, which is great news.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, we have cash balance, financials, and investment statements. I'll have a chance to review those. Questions or discussion on any of those things we've been provided on financials?
Martha, on the cash investments, I noticed we have that $275,000 that we get. Given our decision last month, do we still want to keep that out in reserve like that, or?
I don't know.
I would suggest that we do. I think there's a number of things going on up there that's probably worth it for us just as a placeholder. That's not a bad thing to do.
It represents what we would be able to allocate to such a project.
Yep.
So it's no harm. It's not an official reserve. It's just from a cash flow perspective,
Okay.
reminding us that we hope to one day deploy that.
I had a question, separate question. On the Tompkins report, Martha, I'm just curious, page 6 of 8, there's reference to a sweep activity, total sweep activity.
Let me find that.
There's 6 or 6?
So page 6 of that specific Tompkins report, it is 13 of our packet.
Got it.
Just wasn't sure if you could, I'm unfamiliar with that term.
Let me just look at, that is, I think that was a maturing that we took out and put into a CD.
Okay, so the sweep purchases relate to the CD investment?
I believe so.
Okay.
I'd have to go back and look at last month's. But if that's not normally on there, then I believe we had a maturing treasury. And then I looked at the putting it back into treasuries or into a CD.
Okay.
And I believe we took that back and invested in CDs. Mhm. And I'll confirm that for you. But I feel comfortable saying that.
Yeah, I was just more curious than anything in regards to understanding what that meant for our those funds. That's it.
Any other discussion on the finances? Okay. We can move on to old business, and the item we have on old business is our mission statements. We have a copy of the current mission statement and the proposed changes to that.
As you recall, tonight with us, we have Matt Horn and Tracy Guerrera from MRB Group. And as you recall, earlier this year, we met in session to discuss the revamping our mission statements, making them more personalized to each entity. We got some great work out of that. I think everyone that was in attendance enjoyed the work we did on that. Then Tracy and Matt took all that work and reformulated and then sent out some draft mission statements for us for our review. And we received some comments, and then Leslie and I kind of formulated those, and that's what you see today. We took the opportunity to also look at the vision statement and just make it flow a little bit better. We thought, Leslie and I, make it flow a little bit better. So
Just judged it up.
So do you all want to add any comments to that?
I don't think so. I think it sums it up pretty well, and I know you all have had opportunity in the packet to see the work that that Tracy and I did based on your hard work and the good edits and markups from Martha and your team. We think it's really reflective of where these organizations are heading, and we think it really creates kind of a North Star for each organization, so you know what you're working toward. Happy to answer any questions about the process or the final product.
Ms. White, you?
I was just jotting down, I have to write down North Star. I will use that someday.
Leslie, would you be so kind as to read well, let's start with a motion to accept the new proposed as our new mission statement.
So moved.
Second.
So now for the purposes of discussion, would you be so kind as to read that?
The proposed mission statement for OSED. The Fairport Office of Community and Economic Development will be an innovative and collaborative organization that supports the continued growth of the village of Fairport into the most sought-after destination in the region for residents, visitors, and businesses. Strengthened by OSED's investments in historical assets and commitment to the future, the opportunity for complete community living is made possible for all through attainable housing, abundant amenities, and vibrant streets lined with businesses.
Thank you. Is there anything else anyone wants to comment or make note of?
Sure. I appreciate the exercise. I thought it was incredible how the feedback I shared with Martha was just what you guys drafted coming out of that session was really good, really strong, and spent some time thinking about how to edit it, and I didn't. So impressive in regard. I appreciate you guys listening and setting up a forum where we could talk and listen to each other and share thoughts, because I thought that exercise really, I mean, clearly you heard from us and shared your expertise and came up with 3 different mission statements that I think were really, really good fits right out of your process. Yeah. Thanks.
We're grateful to you all for engaging in it. There's not a lot of organizations out there. And we were talking about when you charter as an IDA or an LDC or the URA, there's a lot of paperwork shuffling that goes on back and forth, and the state requires that each of these agencies have a mission statement. And so what we'll do in the paperwork shuffle sometimes is create kind of a placeholder and sit it there. It'll meet the state test, and we'll come right back to it. As soon as we get on our legs, we'll come right back to it. And then we don't hear from folks to come back to it again. And so for you all to have dedicated the time and the really great insight from the community, I think it's going to prove valuable in the long run. So thank you for doing that.
And I think the exercise, as Rob alluded to, it was really good for us as a board for a little bit of self-analysis and kind of modernizing ourselves and talk about things that we haven't talked about. And, we're able to capture the evolution of this agency and the evolution of our village. So I think it was really valuable to us, besides the point of just having out those, how many sentences that is. But we captured a lot in that. So yes, thank you. We think it's a job well done. But it's our mission statement, not theirs. And that's, and thanks to our board for engaging in that, and Leslie and Martha in particular for fine tuning and capturing what a lot of us were thinking, but really couldn't put it into words very well.
But it was also interesting at the point where we looked at the three different entities, IDA, URA, and LDC, and really reminded, lots of things come through and they end up on multiple boards when we're taking action on things. And to be able to hone in on what does each of the boards mission, URA focusing on impacting the residents in a sense because of the Section 8 and the housing programs that we offer through the URA, and the LDC and then the IDA being different, all cohesive, but there's so many times when you see something on both 2 out of 3 agendas, different aspects of the project coming through. And it's easy
A lot of
to
shared
mix up.
goals between
Yes.
the agencies. On it. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Are we doing the vision statement as well for adopting it?
Well, that was the vision that Leslie read out
For the OSET.
for OSET, the umbrella. So there's a
Gotcha.
mission for the IDA. So Leslie, did you want to read that one?
Certainly. The proposed mission statement for the Village of Fairport IDA is a catalyst for the growth of the Village of Fairport as a thriving, complete community and sought-after destination for businesses, visitors, and residents by strategically incentivizing, leveraging, and investing in projects that support economic and community vibrancy.
That's awesome.
We were, one of the things we were trying to capture is that we are, not only involved with things like pilots and capital investment, private capital investment, but that we also own property in the village and also invest in projects in the village like the Southwest Bank and so forth. So it was kind of tricky to get those 2 aspects in, but I think we did that here. So
I like the strategically investing part because I think it speaks to how much we deliberate decisions that we make on projects. So I really appreciate how that was worded.
And I like the zhuzhed up vision statement too, for the record. I thought that was some good
yeah,
reworking of
yes,
I
it never
think,
quite
very similar
flowed.
words,
Yeah.
but reworking.
Cool.
Yeah.
So,
Vote on that one too.
yeah,
Sure.
yes. So is that a motion you make?
That was so good.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Good, just thanks to everybody involved for making this happen. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Any other old business for IDA?
I did not have any.
Anyone? Okay, move on to new business. We're gonna have a discussion on social media services.
Right, we're bringing this back here to the IDA as part of our planning meeting recently. We discussed what we wanted to do vis-a-vis our social media and how to really put that to work for us. We reviewed our current structure originally we had Black Dog doing it for us, people that did our rebrand and website, and we brought it local. It is a big, we're on many channels now, and it's really important that, as I've said before, we're not going to do it unless we do it well. And I think overall there's more to be done. I think Leslie, Board Member White would agree with that there's opportunities for a more hands-off approach to the social media. I still am involved quite a bit on the topics and keeping the brand true and so forth. So we had discussed about possibly putting the social media out on an RFP that would also include photography services as well. See if we can bring that into one unit. So I just came back here to put it on the agenda here to get the board's approval to move forward on an RFP for social media and photography. But would love to hear your thoughts.
I think it's worth exploring personally.
Yeah, we had the discussion previously, and I think it recognizes it's something, at least through the RFP.
Mhm.
Just go out through the RFP, and then we could talk more about it, what we're getting, kind of proposals we're getting back, and what those might entail, and what we may want. So, yeah, so I think, yeah,
Okay,
good step to go forward with that. We don't need a motion.
no motion. Okay, so
Go ahead with that.
I'll draft things and impose on Board Member White as well. But we've been through, I don't think this will be difficult. We put out proposals for public relations and so forth, related to lift bridge. So I imagine we can get this underway very quickly. But I just wanted to get the IDA on board with this.
Other item is 58 South Main Street LLC corrected sales tag. We have,
What happened is we used a new tool for the benefit to incentive ratio, and within that you calculate the sales taxes. And I made an error in the calculation, and with regard to the site work. If you remember, the application had a column for the applicant and the tenant, and I failed to pick up that site work. So we're coming back here for an additional $8,000 of sales tax exemption on the project. And that was a calculation error.
but nothing, it didn't change with what you were using, just the calculation.
Correct.
Wasn't a change in the project. So.
No, not a change in the project, no.
Okay.
So we look for an amended approving resolution.
I'll move approval of the amended resolution.
Second.
Does anyone need further clarification or have questions regarding that?
Can I ask a question real quick? Are we still talking about the bank building?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
Any other new business for the IDA? Anyone? Okay, take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
All right, so Jennifer's coming in for this one.
Yep, just texted her.
Okay, I will call the May 20th, 2024 meeting of the Fairport Urban Renewal Agency to order and ask if there's any public comment for the board regarding urban renewal. No one hearing, no one. I'll close public comment. We'll move on to approval of the minutes. Same governance committee meeting that we get approved IDA. Is there a motion to approve those?
Approval on those minutes.
I'll second that.
Any discussion or corrections on those? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We'll move to approval of the April 15th, 2024 River Renewal Board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or discussion regarding those minutes? All in favor? Aye. Question.
Sorry.
So we will move on to financial reporting and start with resolution 2024-05, authorizing payment of the URA bills.
So I've reviewed the bills and I would move to authorize their payment.
I make them, I want to note, apparently in the package, I put the April resolutions in. I apologize. Within the package. I can. But we want me to, I can print them out and pass them out if you want the May ones.
But Donna did review and approve.
And then you have the May ones.
Yeah, I have April 12th through May 16th.
Okay. That's what you have reviewed and approved, and that's
Yes.
what you're
and it's May
making your
12th.
motion
Yeah,
to approve.
yes.
Okay, I'm satisfied.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I will circulate the May resolution.
All right, move on to resolution 2024-05, authorizing payment of the section 8 bills.
So I've reviewed the bills and I moved to authorize their payment. There is, just so your information, there's 3 landlord incentive program grants in here.
Is there a second for that?
I'll second that one.
Any questions or discussion?
The second one on the list for MRI software, it's the highest one on the list.
That was last month's,
That was last month?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, moving on to URA cash balances and financials. See those. Questions or comments on those?
We did, just FYI, we had that loan commitment there in the URA as of April 30th. We did close that shortly thereafter and advanced $77,000 on that.
They show up on our loan portfolio.
Yes,
that we have now.
yes.
Moving on to loan status report, they are included
Mm-hmm.
in the new loan status.
Thank you.
And loans are all current. No discussion needed unless there's anything. Move on to front porch grant summary.
There's quite a project going on at 22 4th Avenue, and they told me they're just about finished up with that, so that'll be a nice one. And of course, at 185 North Main, that one is underway as well. You may have seen our sign.
It's a lovely sign in a beautiful location.
It is indeed.
And then I think the 17 Hart Street has come in. I guess that was last month. We did that.
Yes,
We talked about
but that also,
Yep.
you can see on the estimates of the private investment is over $500,000. And our grants are 118,000. So it's a
pretty good leverage.
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay, anything from porches? Our skyrocketing Section 8 housing report.
That's right.
I'll invite Jennifer to talk with us.
Right, wow. I think, that makes me feel better that you think it's skyrocketing, so that's good. We're still working to improve the numbers, but, clearly we're in the right direction. So we're adding people, every month, and, it's going very well. We're spending all of our money, and HUD is starting to catch up with the review of kind of the past year. So I got a report today. And they owe us, actually, they do owe us some admin, not a lot, but it does show that our average, how we averaged out at the end of the year, on December 31st of 23, that average that we were at that point even had enough to pull us up past what we were. So they only owe us $3,000 for because they always look back and they'll pay you for what you need. So sometimes those bumps, remember Martha, we used to call them bumps.
The bumps, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Didn't really know what they were. Now I do. So they owe us about $3,000 for last year. That's it. It's not terrible. That just shows that we're on the positive side, and they are starting to review where we're at and our finance, the trend with our admin to continue to increase as expected. So we're doing very well there. We decided, Martha came in with a big whiteboard one day. It was like, basically, can you map out how this works so that we can easily show the board? So
I knew how it worked. I wanted to show the board how.
right. So
I was trying to get you all from that 420 you see on the board to what the work, how we're going to be at full utilization by September.
Right.
So
part of the report at the bottom, it's showing the countdown to full utilization. It basically breaks it down into what we look at by September 1st. We have a total of 497 vouchers possible to use. Can't go beyond that. That's what our number is. As of the other day, 5/16, we were at 402 regular vouchers, 18 existing project-based, those are the Crossman and Fairport. 20 units at Marketplace. They are interviewing 9 people tomorrow out of the 20. So they are wonderful to work with because that's usually something we will have to qualify these individuals at the end, but they're doing the upfront work. It's great.
and that's Cornerstone,
That's Cornerstone.
Roger Brand. Right?
Yeah. So by July, we'll have 20 of those. 8 at Midvale, which is Fair Grove. So
When are they gonna, what's their expected occupancy?
They
When?
just contacted me Friday and said that their CFO is coming a lot sooner than originally expected. They were thinking it's getting pushed out to November, but it looks like it might be August now. They're waiting for an electrical component.
Good contract.
So literally, it was them that said, all they have to do is RG&E, the wait will be RG&E inspection. That's how long they're expecting RG&E to take. Because once the part comes in, they wire it, they flip the switch, and all the circuits turn on miraculously. I don't know how it works, but. So this
Not
little
Fairport
tiny
Electric?
component,
Not Fairport Electric?
yeah,
Whitney?
that's why they did, huh?
And Whitney
There.
or Baird, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they wouldn't do it, I'm sure. I would, yes.
Wait, where does?
I moved into the service.
I don't know their service area.
It-
Regardless, an electric company has to do this,
I,
and it's a part.
that's why you're saying that, because RG&E would still have to do that.
Only for gas. And I doubt that they're running gas.
No, because that's an all electric.
It's all electric. I remember them
Because it's
saying
affordable
RG&E, not. Okay, sorry,
It's Fairport Electric.
Because they're in Fairport.
sorry.
Keep going.
Okay, so we're expected to only need 49 vouchers. We'll have 49 open vouchers by September 1st. That's what I.
Oh, no, we have,
We'll only need to lease up 49 people
right,
by September 1st. We'll be short by then. That's it.
but we added 6 this month, and if we knock off another 6 every month, that we're getting so incredibly close to the total, and it's really a lot of hard work in the office.
You know, and as we do become fully utilized and say project-based things come through, Martha was wondering, because with the project-based vouchers, you still can't exceed 497.
Right.
So how do you control for
Mm.
when we have, a possibility of 60 project-based units that can happen this year? That's what we allocated, the board allocated, when I requested that in September. And we would not be able to do that. So say September 1st, we're at 448 total vouchers used. We have 49 existing, say someone comes in and they have a 61 unit project. I can still approve that project because we're not under contract. We're not even close. So as we get closer to lease up, these things can take 2 years. You can't hold those vouchers. So we control that end by, not filling units as people die. We just won't cancel as many. We won't put as many on. So then natural attrition will get us back down to the 61. Does that make sense? So-
Yeah, we talked about that last month,
Yeah,
and
okay.
that makes sense.
Yep.
But I guess my question is, but now the project-based voucher people are going to jump ahead of the waiting list
Yep.
people?
That's when they leave. If they leave the project after 1 year, I can convert their project-based unit into a regular Section 8 voucher. So they, in essence, go to the top of the waiting list. And that's a HUD regulation. So, yeah, it doesn't split. I guess you could say it splits because the project still maintains that voucher. The project-based
Right.
voucher doesn't go with them. So I split it. I take their project-based voucher, I leave it there, but I convert the person who's living in it into a Section 8 voucher. So, that's called continued assistance. So that's what we have to do. So it's a nice feeling to know that.
Little countdown score sheet is kind of good for us to see.
Yeah, yes, because that's Martha did that one, so of course it's.
Oh,
No, I
We have it
did
on the
but
poster in the
Martha
office.
basically said, please show the board this, and then I did it. So thank her. So I think we're doing good. The one thing I did want to talk about, which I know we did at our annual, was the software concern, speaking of the huge bill. So prior to our current software contract is now in 1 year. We start June 1st, 2024, and it goes to next May. In preparation for this year, I was doing a lot of work with other software vendors to go through their class, to go through their whole presentation and all that stuff. I looked at 2 other vendors. I got quotes from them. We will be moving as of June 1st of 25. I'm pretty confident with the quotes I got and that I have, and we'll probably most likely be moving to a software that's $18,000 less than that, and it's proven right. So I have all the pros, cons, quotes. We're doing now. We'll start 3 months in advance, and we're going from there. They're a proven company. It's mouthpiece, not to switch, so we're going to switch. They'll be ready for HOTMA, which is a big thing I've talked about, and they're switching HUD regulations, and your compatibility software has to be very compatible with HUD systems. And PHA Web is making a company that I'm really liking, has made those changes and are working with HUD. It shows me that they have what it takes to, be able to service us. And I know we would like that product, and it will save me $18,000 a year. So I think we're doing really well. That's it. Okay. I said, look, when I come in, it'll be like 4 hours.
board members? For Jen?
I appreciate the breakdown and the hard work.
Find out who the electric company is over there.
I'm worried about that. I don't know. Someone has to flip the switch, and that's going to take a while.
All right. Anything else on the housing report? All right. Thank you, Jennifer. Okay, moving on to old business. So, let me ask a question. So do we need to adopt the vision, the strategic vision for OSED at this meeting?
I think we accept,
We accepted it at the last one.
each agency, I guess, should
Sure.
accept buy-in.
So let's combine the two of them.
Sure, that's a good
Combine the
idea.
two of them. So Leslie, if you want to talk about this.
Do you want me to reread the
Yes.
said, or do you just go to the urban renewal?
Well, you know what, in case, since we are videoing these, and if somebody goes to archives, it would make sense to read both of them, if you would please, and then we'll act on both.
Got it. The strategic vision for Fairport OSED is the Fairport Office of Community and Economic Development will be an innovative and collaborative organization that supports the continued growth of the village of Fairport into the most sought-after destination in the region for residents, visitors, and businesses. Strengthened by OSED's investments in historical assets and commitment to the future, the opportunity for complete community living is made possible for all through attainable housing, abundant amenities, and vibrant streets lined with businesses. And our proposed mission statement for the Urban Renewal Agency is: the Village of Fairport URA is a catalyst for the growth of the Village of Fairport as a thriving, complete community and sought-after destination for residents, businesses, and visitors by promoting the full and productive use of all properties and providing financial assistance to support diverse, attainable, and affordable housing in the village and beyond. We chose to say and beyond because we have Section 8 housing, which is well beyond our boundaries.
So is that your motion?
Yes.
I'll second.
Okay. Gave accolades to everybody on the last one, and I think it could be repeated, but they're well done. Thanks to everyone for doing it. Further discussion from the board on these? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
That's great. An agenda add-on is for, I'm calling it old business.
New business.
Okay.
It would be new.
All right, any other old business?
I don't have anything.
Anyone have old business for URA? Move on to new business. We received not part of our packet, but the mailer sent out today the new wage and salary schedule, the one that was adopted by the village, which we have always mirrored that. So we would be accepting that for our said employees.
I'm happy to move acceptance of the wage and hour study.
I'll second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any other URA new business? Okay. Take a motion to adjourn.
So
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Very cool. So we're moving right along.
Mhm.
Frozen.
Well said. Well said.
Okay. To LDC, everybody ready on that one? Okay, I will call the May 20th, 2024 meeting of the Fairport Local Development Corporation to order and ask if there is any public comment for the LDC board. Hearing no one and seeing no one, I'll close public comment. We'll move to approval of the minutes, starting with the governance committee meeting of April 11th.
Move approval.
Any corrections or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, we'll go to the regular LDC board meeting of April 15th.
I'll second.
Any corrections or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Lastly, for minutes, we'll go to the April 24th special planning meeting. We're in attendance for that.
So moved.
I'll second.
Any corrections or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, moving to financial reporting. Let's start with resolution 2024-05, authorizing payment of the LDC bills. Do we have any?
Yes.
One.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we have 6.
Oh, wrong resolution.
Yeah.
Apologies.
The total is 14,582.24, and it includes a $10,000 facade grant to 30 Beth Bridge.
Right. Thank you.
So I've reviewed it. Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Moving on to the cash balances and financial statements. Anyone have anything on those? Okay, move into loan status reports. All current. Anything on any of those, Martha?
No.
Facade grant program.
We made our first payment, as Donna mentioned, 30 Lethbridge Lane, that is the King Building or Jeff Horning. He put the awnings, the red awnings, over a couple of doors and redid his roof, the front entrance there. So he invests, the total of the invoices was $23,000. We do 50% up to 10, so he qualified for 10. Today I visited So Creative, and they put in their fully automated accessible doors. So we'll be doing a grant back out to them as well. So I am excited about those types of
And that's
improvements.
90% ADA.
Correct. Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm.
That's great.
All right. Anything on facades? Let's move on to missions, vision and the mission statements.
I made a mistake in the package again, but I just texted Leslie the proposed mission statement for the LDC. Did you get that?
Yes, I wondered why you were sending it.
Okay. I was hasty on Friday getting these out, sorry.
We actually did them on Thursday.
I did on Thursday, yeah.
All right, so the strategic village vision, for the Fairport OSED, as we've outlined in the other two meetings, stands at Fairport Office of Community and Economic Development will be an innovative and collaborative organization that supports the continued growth of the village of Fairport into the most sought-after destination in the region for residents, visitors, and businesses. Strengthened by OSED's investments in historical assets and commitment to the future, the opportunity for complete community living is made possible for all through attainable housing, abundant amenities, and vibrant streets lined with businesses. And following a discussion, the mission statement for the LDC is proposed to be: the Village of Fairport LDC is a catalyst for the growth of the Village of Fairport as a thriving, complete community and sought-after destination for businesses, visitors, and residents by providing financial and technical assistance to local businesses and organizations that promote full employment and create a vibrant sense of place. And with the addition of one punctuation point, I would say we should move forward with that.
I'll second.
Any discussion on the LDC statements? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Other old business LDC. Other old business or new business? Any new business? LDC. This could be record setting. We've never had a meeting. Anyone have anything? Any stories you'd like to share?
I would remind the board, I've been asked to remind everybody that the zoning code update open house is tonight at 7 o'clock at Joanna Perrin.
That's why we rushed through this, Mayor.
All are
I
welcome.
have a meeting at 6 o'clock in here too.
All are welcome. So,
Anyone, anything to report? Scuttlebutt?
So if you'd like to join, I will be there at 7 o'clock over at Joanna Perrin. Please come if you'd like.
Okay. We'll take a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you all.
Matt. Thanks,
Great work.
Tracy.
Thanks, guys.